Alrighty. Welcome to day 10. Musical chime. Got a baseball bat, rockin' and raring to go. But in order to actually keep improving the base, well, I guess we still have the spikes and everything else to do, don't we? So there is that. We have that's a zombie bear. Well, let's see how many arrows it takes to take a zombie bear down. And I bet it takes a lot. Let's definitely get spikes up outside. Could not do that as I shoot at you, please. I appreciate it. This is why we want thick walls. How many more arrows are we thinking? 10 more arrows? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not getting headshots right now, though. That might have been a headshot. Take your head. Did he break through a block there? Maybe he did. If I come over here, what does he do? I think he might have broken through an outer block. If you're wondering why we didn't mess with the zombie bear down there, you have your answer here. And of course its animations make no freaking sense right there, as you saw. Looks like we'll be able to cover some of the arrows at least. I got a sneak damage bonus there. Definitely looks like he's on the inner layer of the wall there. How many more arrows is this sucker gonna take? I was about to freaking break. I can't get a headshot here because he's trying to get into my base. Please die. I don't have that many. I've literally been shooting at you for like several minutes. What does it take to put you down? No, like seriously, what does it take? how much more can this thing take? Like, Jesus Christ. Do they regenerate or something? I don't even know. Like, I knew they were bad news, but this guy's beyond a pincushion. Is he healing? Oh, there's a wolf over there, too. There's inside the freaking base now. Okay, running. Nope, that's bad. Nope, I ran out of... I just need a second. Okay, okay, no more messing around. Jesus Christ. Zombie dog. I'm officially sick of this shit. Why aren't you reloading? Well, that was terrifying. And what about the definition of a bullet sponge? Okay. Everything's a freaking tank. I think one of the worst parts there was not having any idea if I was making any progress. Right, it's like, I think I'm winning, but I don't even know. Like, is it regenerating somehow, and the arrow's just not able to deal enough damage? It just was not clear. Okay, but we gotta deal with the zombie bear. This is why we need to get some spikes up. Plus side, there is another wolf over there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I think that bear crawled through a too wide section of the cobblestone is kind of hilarious. Busted down 4 blocks and just ran on through. So we need to watch out because there may be a wolf around too. I'm going for it. Isn't behind me or something. Now we try to see if we can spot the wolf. So we did see the wolf was there, right? Maybe the wolf moved on. The fact that that bear kept slapping at that same block because of this, those people put it like PhD zombies. A little annoying. You might be wondering, why am I not bothered by that? Because it's a nighttime horde. You're expected to be hiding for it. You go out and you get caught by that, it's kind of your own problem. So we have 8 by 8, so that's 32, 36. We already have a few spare, so we need about 36 iron bars. Which would have made that a little bit easier for me to deal with. Don't know why those were uneven, but there we go, that's fixed. Got a lot of bones and rotted flesh from that, at least. Oh, we ran out of fuel to finish this. Yeah. Just drinking up because it doesn't really matter. We can easily make more. Okay. Well, I have been convinced to make sure we get several spikes up here first and foremost. Wood spikes, traps. Let's start with making... Can we make 100? No, we can make 62. Well, that'll do too, I guess. So then we have an experiment. Apparently we got testosterone extract, which is used for what? Cigar, base strength, and steroids. For emergency use, not sports use. Okay. Is everything loaded? Pistols loaded. 52 damage. Yeah, so the pistol is 14 range, this is 50 range, but 50% more damage, but the main thing is way better range. And our bow and pistol are about the same damage. The bow is better sneak attack and doesn't make noise. Okay, so if I upgrade this, I get 48 experience. Is that something? Yes. Is it better than other things? Probably not. So I'm going to say we're just going to craft this. We'll put wood spikes further out in the perimeter. Are we up to 1200 yet? Yes. And if we hear a wolf, we get goddamn ready to run. Nice little forest we've made over here, though. Each of these swings is giving us... Yeah, if we're gonna need the forged iron anyway, the 48 experiences, and given how annoying the spikes are to upgrade, I don't think it's worth it. We're better off saving the time and getting experience from doing things like chopping down trees. Does mean our lumber requirements are lighter, but not invisible. As you can see, we're only down to 20 frames, so we'll need more of that. know I saw that wolf earlier. Makes me nervous. But I guess it moved on. But zombie bear, 2 zombie dogs, and a wolf showing up, running past overnight. I wonder why the bear was attacking. I don't know. I mainly know that we should have had more spikes up to lead it around on. I don't think this was one of our trees. I'm not 100% sure. But all of this seems to be grown, so I'm going to say that tree already existed. Yeah. I'm going to chop this down to about 6,000 wood. Well, it does craft a lot faster, the wood spikes, and upgrading them, so there is that. You do have to go through the effort of upgrading them. And it takes the same for forged iron anyway, that's the other part, right? Given I'm kind of nervous about the dogs and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. It might mean that I take an extra hit or two. Could save my life. Each of these trees gives us, what, like 300 lumber or something like that? $761. So is this going to be 1,061? Yeah. Let's do one more tree. That'll get us just under 6,000 lumber. More stuff. These are being crafted. Make more forged iron, but this is going to be a process. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I don't mind that kind of stuff showing up overnight, because you actually there should be like in a POI and hidden, and just run for it in the morning. Or you should have a base like this that's designed to be able to survive it. This might be an argument for a layered defense in here. Outer wall with spikes, inner wall that they have to break through again. Maybe I will do that. No spikes in the inner wall because you want to be able to create it, I guess. And once they're in, the point is just to slow them down again. And if they all funnel to that spot, you can just shoot straight down. Flip side, that would mean needing to reposition this whole thing, tear it down, and move it. Still probably, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a ramp over here to this thing. Because if I have to run over to here in the case of emergency, I need not be having to want to nerd pull up and then jump like I did. That very nearly got me killed. Okay, so that's 1 gap, 2 gap, 3 gap. So we want to build starting here. Looks like we need 1 more. I guess we need to make more frame shapes too. Make it into a ramp. Here's where I hope the zombies can't follow me onto there. Should probably find a way to test it. Because again, even with a 3 gap, we had zombies jumping over, but that also may have been because it was a 3 flat terrain, like if they had enough room to gather speed. It's possible this protects me, I'm not sure. Maybe I can try to get a zombie chasing me at night, 1 zombie, to check it out. Nothing like a zombie bear knocking on your door in the morning, though. That took up a lot of time to kill for like 600 or 800 experience or whatever it was. A lot of arrows. Way more than even I was imagining. That's much nicer now. Much nicer. So at a minimum, this will mean that what happened this morning can't repeat over here, is basically part of the goal. I'm thinking of leaving a 2... Do I have it be 2 or 3? I might just have it be 2, so that way you have a more maneuvering room. Let's go grab it. Watch out for wolves and bars. Advantage of the 2 wide gap is it's easier to maneuver in there, and it funnels the zombies into exactly 1 spot. Well, that's the advantage of the 1 wide gap. Means they can more easily crowd up around a spot, I guess. Maybe that's an argument in favor of a 2 gap. Sorry, in favor of a 1 gap. The zombies have to funnel like single file, basically. Then that's actually an upside, isn't it? Did not expect that. what's inside. Melee mods bundle. That could actually be useful, couldn't it? Let's test out our new baseball bat. Not bad. Scrap iron chest armor. A lot of rating, but minus stability, minus mobility, minus stamina is not great. I'm gonna wear heavy armor. It's probably got to be better than that. It's basically the baseline. Saw a chicken. There's a chicken. I also do like 160% to stunned zombies, which I believe means when they're knocked to the ground. So that's helpful too. So even though we aren't doing headshot damage, we're still getting a big bonus there. Oh, and apparently the default is now 7 days, not 30 for respawning loot. That still means you have to not be in even what's called a chunk, I think is what the term was. Basically, it's like a 50 by 50 block or something like that. It's big. So chances are we're going to be walking back into these regions at least once every 7 days. So if it's something you won't come back to for less often than that, great. If not, how's that missing? I don't know if he's running because he's bleeding out or something else. Alright. Maybe I should have put a point into the huntsman. I don't know. I'm thinking we just do the 1 wide. That's what I'm thinking we do. If that means more zombies have to break through other spots to push in, then that's good. That'll slow them down more. This does mean we wasted this first spike here. C'est la vie. That means we have a second. If you're wondering if I regret making this cobblestone now, the answer is, oh, most definitely. So I merely made that gap with a little bit of stuff weighing me down. Let's see what these have. Wood splitter mod and structural brace mod. So that means I can actually slap that in. That's good. The wood splitter mod is more damage against wood, and of course it's just more damage, period. And a weighted head mod, which should definitely go on that normally. While we're mining, I might put it on the stone axe, though. It has a chance to stun and slow victims. It also increases the base damage. So it used to be right 19.3 with one mod. Now we're up to 28, you know, with the old wooden club. So basically our damage has gone up by about 50% now as a result of all these changes, in addition to any other bonuses. So that's a big deal. Didn't realize these iron spike traps took quite so long to make, but they are what they are. Got a bunch of red tea, that's good. And some cornbread. Is cornbread used as a recipe for anything else? It is for a chili dog. Raw meat, cornbread, can of chili. Okay, so. And tuna fish gravy toast. Do we have any tuna? That's the new question. Used for tuna fish. Okay, yep. So that is stuff we can eat if we need to, but we're going to try to see if we cannot need to eat it yet. Wood spike traps can go there. More feathers. Lots of plant fiber. I don't know how we got some of this other stuff, but it is there for whatever reason. We can go ahead and... If we have 6,000 stone, I think that's good for now. About 3,000 cobblestone or so. Iron spike traps are getting made. Let's get back to work outside. Hopefully they didn't let the zombie dogs or whatever spawn because we removed the land claim block. That'd be kind of funny if so. I've never tried doing this before, so we'll see how this works. It means I have to go through at a minimum of 4 blocks instead of 2 blocks. Well, sorry, they have to go through 8 blocks instead of 4 blocks. And if they have to if they pile through one gap, then they may just be centered at a very easy spot to shoot. It's my hope. I don't know if it'll work. Lesson learned on the cobblestone ramp, though, make the ramp out of wood until you're 100% sure you're not going to really be changing it. We're effectively extending it 3 out overall, compared to what it was going to be before, right? We're adding on another 2, a 1 gap. Yeah. Minimum, we're gonna need to take out a chunk here, aren't we? Since I am right here, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to change this and add it to here. It should up our damage per swing here to 46. Still going to take a while to chew through this. Let's get this done first, shall we? Funny fact, I was not even considering doing this before until that bear broke through right there and made me reconsider everything, which also means I'm going to need more iron bars than I had originally planned. That zombie bear definitely made me a little nervous. Once I realized he was breaking through the wall, I was going to go inside the place, and then went inside and chased me up the ramp. Yeah, that part. Before we do that, let's just keep breaking down over here. It's going to take a while. Plus side, the supply drop is actually worth getting with those mods, so yeah. We were doing, I think, like 38 before versus the stone. Probably more, I guess. Well, this is not thrilling, watching me need to break down this that I changed my mind on since early on. I thought I knew the proper setup here. I also didn't expect that zombie bear to do what it did. So there's a lot of stuff we're adjusting to now, you know what I'm saying? Obviously very little back out of the cobblestone rocks itself, which is fine. Unfortunate, but fine. Alright, nearly done breaking this down. Nothing here should be worse than it was before, right? Because we didn't have any spikes or anything down before. So. So we want a 3 gap, which means this needs to come down too. Hope we don't get another zombie bear while this is all going, though if I do, I'm definitely grabbing that pipe shotgun. I'm just going to start unloading. Almost done with this. We're taking out, what, 12 out of 15 blocks for this section, at least so far. We have like 3 or 4 more to go for the diagonal blocks. Just a crawler, okay. We can actually, leave that up for the moment and make sure we have this part built so we don't. Might twitch you after the zombie bear and the dogs, probably. If I'm not talking much, it's because I really am trying to listen. In case I hear a wolf growl. We're vulnerable right now. And the game has shown a willingness to spawn things like zombie bears, so... So that's kind of terrifying. And having to run out of my base chased by the zombie bear over to the second base makes me damn glad I set up a secondary base, and that one would have been much harder for the zombie bear to actually knock down or get to me eventually. Technically I could leave these blocks in place, but it would look very ugly and bother me. About 5 minutes to go. We can finish this. We should be able to put up at least the first layer of the second of the outer barrier. So this one will have like multiple rings that have to be breached. Stupid grass getting in my way. That looks right. Arguably, if I can do this, I made that reasonably right. Maybe I make that the gap. That does mean you can technically make that, and I'm gonna add, there will actually be a iron bar out there. Okay, let's make the gap a little bit wider just to be safe. So let's get this up before we finish dismantling the rest, just in case shit hits the fan again. Okay, we now have a permanent route up onto the other thing, in which we hope the zombies aren't able to find their way up that and jump the gap. I may investigate that as we get closer to the Horde Night. Grass blocking my hammer. There's one with a scythe that just can clear like huge sections of the stupid grass. Okay. Minutes till nightfall. Fortitude, increase that. We're going to finish this later. What are we going to do for now? We're going to see if we can make this wall here. upgrading frames is a good thing for experience, and we got a bunch of materials, so... I'm gonna see if I can finish this and do one more. I'm not confident about that, but I'm gonna try. Now if the bear gets through the outer wall, he'll be in the inner wall. Have to break through more. Defense in depth is the military term. Which is, of course, the whole reason of the second layer as well. It seems they might be able to get past the first layer. But it's been proven they can get past one zombie bear by itself is able to get past the double layer. Granted, it's cobblestone or not concrete. If it destroyed 6,000 HP worth of blocks, which would not have been able to destroy the concrete. Each block has 5,000, so it would not have been close to getting through the concrete, or eventually steel. But again, it was one zombie bear during the day with no other zombies supporting it, so... being very quiet so I can hear zombies if they come after me. I'm not going to try to fill these all in right now, but I am making it so a zombie can't easily get up if they do somehow stumble across it. I'm going to need a lot more iron bars as well. What I calculated was for the inner ring. I'm going to need the outer ring as well. Just like that. It was gone. So we have 36 there. That's for an 9. Because it's 8 across, right? But then we added it on a double layer, so it's actually 10 across, so we really need 44. So at a minimum, that's just for the inner layer. Then for the outer layer, we're going another 3 out in both directions. So instead of 10, it's really 16. So that's 64, 68, I think, more. Basically, we're going to need a lot more iron. But I think it's 68. So let's go mine some iron, eh? We'll need more cobblestone, obviously. Do I have any cobblestone packed away? Nah. Right now I have all of the things in here. We need iron. Construction project has gotten a lot bigger. We're doing over 34 damage per swing, so we're down to 15 hits on the iron here. 15 hits for 210 iron. 15 hits is probably about 8 or 9 seconds, so adding on 2 more mods there is a noticeable improvement. Basically every single one of these iron blocks we break is about enough for 2. Little under, but about enough for 2. Oh, my iron. That was a waste of iron. Okay, so we're down about 40 health. And let's drink some of this red tea. We have 2 more bacon, 3 more bacon and eggs. Okay. If I see that zombie bear again tomorrow, like I said, I'm grabbing that shotgun. I'm just gonna unload into it. I have been shown just how much freaking hit points that thing has. I legitimately think I must have put over 50 arrows into that. Now granted, they stopped being headshots because it had its head buried in the wall, but still. It's about another 1,000. Don't think we're gonna hit the next level by the end of the night. Again, that's fine. An observation, nothing more. This does make me a bit more nervous about mining directly outside of the base though, because we no longer have that guaranteed bedrock support. So I need to consider this and mine carefully if it's going to be nearby. Basically, we don't want to undermine the entire site and then have it collapse, right? So probably okay. But it really sucked to go upstairs and find out this whole wall of ours had collapsed because we undermined it down here. Let's get rid of the central support pillar, therefore. repair in a moment here. That is now no support. And I didn't hear a devastating crash above us, so I assume that's a positive sign. Basically, the problem is as we build the base out, we make it be big. If we just tunnel out for a bit and then dig, it's not a problem. The question is, if we dig too close. Anything we dig inside of these four walls is not going to collapse the structure. If we dig too much outside of it and make too wide of mine shafts and don't have any structural supports, now that could cause a problem. Like another 2,000 cobblestone. I think we need more clay, honestly, next, if I recall correctly. Okay. So we came out here. This is still fine for now. It'll take more than just this to collapse it, but we should be careful and not unduly undermine it. Even if it's localized, the rest will hold it up just fine. Here's where we hope we don't see a bunch of sand or whatever collapse on top of us. I mean, I hate sand. It's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere. We don't actually notice the stamina penalty as much because we're very efficient with the stone axe. If we were using other tools, I guarantee you we'd notice it a lot more. Got another 3,000 iron, which is good because we're going to need this stuff. As long as it's concentrated in one little spot, that's actually good. Danger becomes if it goes out too much. And even again, this danger can be mitigated just by placing support columns down here. But I am cognizant of knowing people who have collapsed bases on themselves that we should be careful digging a mine, since again, the outer walls are no longer the outer walls. It now extends further, and that then has to be supported as well. If we wanted to be really safe, we'd tunnel out at least like 20 meters, and then we'd only be digging over there. But given how sturdy the cobblestone was earlier, I do feel confident about this doing okay for a while. Just need to be cognizant of it. So tomorrow, right, we're going to need to build more spikes and finish the second outer layer of the wall. We don't need to do this at the other one, right, because it's designed to not have a weakness like that. There's nothing in the middle. If they break through to the middle, there's still no way up or anything. So that's much safer. I'm digging up the sand, but I am going to replace some of the stuff with. We're following this vein. But we will replace some of this later on. Like we can dig here later. Let's do this. We may work our way up there later on, but for now, it is secured. And so just making sure, basically you want to make sure that from the bedrock to the surface is completely filled in with something. Doesn't even really matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's a wood block, a wood frame, a cobblestone rock, an iron rock, whatever. So I guess iron's no longer a building block material at this point, is it? That used to be a thing. It used to be wood to iron to concrete, or it could be cobblestone to concrete. I was a fan of cobblestone before it was cool. We've gathered about another 6,000 iron here. Starving, oh noes. Today might be a good day to go try to find more food if we need to. Because tomorrow's dog day, right? It's better to be inside during dog day. The goal is to get things set up for dog day. Okay, so this... how much, I mean, this is going to be compromised just because it's a tunnel. The goal is we'd rather have this be not as compromised. Okay, so like this, for example, right? This is going to be part of the outer wall. Let alone that right there. Well, it's not the outer wall, is it? So this is the outer wall. This is the gap between it. So one further out than that is when it's going to start getting dicier. We want to make sure there's support because we're going to have another double thick wall. That's basically what we want to watch out for. There's a lot of iron out here, and it's safe to mine at night, so we're going to go for it, but we're going to be careful. Look at this. I'm going to build support as we go. You don't want to risk undermining the wall. Anyway, see you on the flip side.